Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem. Kyrie Jesu Domine.
Good morning, and blessed second Sunday of Lent. Yesterday I did make a video, so maybe I'll make two today. I'll make one here and maybe one down at the office. The day got ahead of me. I slept in yesterday morning, as I like to do on Saturdays. This doesn't have to mean that I really sleep in, just I'm lazy and I lay in bed longer, think about things, pray, listen to music, and then finally get on with the day. And then as things went yesterday morning, I thought I'd do it later in the morning. That it never happened. So by the late afternoon, I realized I probably wasn't going to make a video. But we may anyway later today, because I do enjoy them. It just got away from me, and then I was like, well, check that off for now. But blessed second Sunday of Lent. And every second Sunday is always the same reading from either Matthew, Mark, or Luke. Follows the pattern. Much like last week was the temptation, this week is the Transfiguration. So it's interesting that the temptation of our Lord is sandwiched between two appearances of the Father speaking. Because remember, prior to the temptation, the baptism of the Lord occurs. And the Father says, "This is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased." Now this week, the Father on Mount Tabor speaks after Moses and Elijah appear conversing with Christ. Say, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." And the first time the Father speaks is a confirmation of the role of Jesus. And it is really only witnessed by Jesus and by John the Baptist. This time it is witnessed by Peter, John, and James. They are meant to hear it. And they are meant to ponder on it, because they fall asleep and then they wake up and there's Jesus, radiant in his risen glory, talking to Moses and Elijah. And there must have been some sort of imagery that the apostles knew it was Moses. You know, he was holding the 10 Commandments, so that had to be Moses. And for Elijah, he had to be in his camel shirt and his rough leather belts and have that kind of wild man look about him, so that they could see from their own religious imagination that these two had come to talk to Jesus. And Luke's the only one who tells us really what they talked about. That they were talking with him about him going to his passion. And it again is a confirmation by the Father that Jesus is fulfilling what happened through Moses and Elijah. That Jesus is the faithful successor to Moses and Elijah. And is doing this not only for the people of Israel, but the people of the world. So on this second Sunday, Jesus is consoled and confirmed in his striving for two things: loving obedience to the Father to undo the disobedience of Adam and Eve, and mercy and redemption for all of God's children. For all who are contrite, the mercy is theirs, the life preserver if you're sorry. It won't do you any good if you're not. But if you're contrite, it will make all the difference in your eternity. So it's Jesus keeps his eye on the goal. Not that he was never not going to keep his eye on the goal, but even the Father knows in our humanity we need confirmation of what's going on. We need encouragement to do the good. Now Jesus didn't need encouragement to do the good. He was focused on the good, but still, again, I think there are things the Father does in recognition of the humanity of Christ and in recognition of our humanity. Because again, Jesus is consoled to know what's on the other side of passion and death, which is horrific. But on the other side of it is this risen glory a glory that he once possessed in heaven, that he set aside as the eternal Word when he took on the incarnation, in which he will then reclaim through the incarnation, which is pretty fascinating, because prior to the incarnation, Jesus did not have a human body. After the incarnation, he always will have a human body. So anyway, peace, everybody, and blessed Sunday.